In this video, we'll talk about where and how to get Tesla service when needed while traveling full-time in an RV. Stay tuned. In general, a Tesla vehicle requires minimal service or maintenance, but there are little things that come up from time to time, and it's nice to get those fixed by Tesla, especially during the warranty period. A few examples that come to mind would be the low voltage battery or the normal car battery, which is good typically for 3 or 4 years. They recently switched to a 16 volt lithium, so I'm not sure what the lifespan of that is. I'm still looking into that for me. You normally get a warning on the screen in time to replace it, but this is one of the things Tesla Mobile Service can come and take care of wherever you are. They'll also come replace windshield wipers, rotate tires, replace cabin air filters, including the biohazard filter or the heavy-duty HEPA filter, and much more. There's also no additional cost just because it's a mobile service call. In our experience so far, their labor and parts costs are very, very reasonable. I did generate a picture of a random Tesla Mobile Service technician just to share in this video. We have used Tesla Mobile Service a few times in the following locations while traveling full-time in our motorhome: Gretna and Greenwood, Nebraska, Albuquerque, and Rapid City, South Dakota. I was actually concerned in Rapid City because the nearest Tesla service center was 350 miles away in Loveland, Colorado. I decided to open a service request for Loveland and just see what happened. They handed the request over to a guy in Sioux Falls on the far side of South Dakota who was covering for another guy who covered the western side of the state. He had no issue driving across the state to make my appointment. He was halfway there for another appointment that day anyway, so no big deal. Our charge port on the car had stopped closing all the way, and it was fixed by a software update somehow. So I sent a message to the service team, and they said they wanted to go ahead and send him over anyway and take a look at it. He assured me that with the software update it was fully fixed and that it would stop sticking up or sticking out slightly as we drove down the road. Also, Tesla has begun locating mobile service technicians in areas away from major service centers in large cities, along with a parts storage facility to allow quick access to parts and hardware so they can get to appointments without having to order anything. Another example we have is needing a collision center while in Nebraska before leaving to go south to Texas for the winter. A deer actually ran into the side of the car while I was driving on a highway at night outside of town. I was going slow since I had seen 2 deer in the distance on the road. They appeared to run back into the ditch, so I slowly drove past where they were, and then one of them turned and ran into me at the last second and just bounced off the door. The damage was not severe, but it does need to be fixed. I realized there was a chance if I took it to any Omaha collision shop, if things went long at all, it could easily impact our travel plans. So I looked at options in South Texas, which is our 2024 winter destination, and found that Tesla has one of their very own collision centers in San Antonio. We were planning to visit San Antonio anyway because it's just a couple hours away from us, and it's a destination area and lots to see and do. I had recently also decided that as Tesla shareholders, we should be doing all of our work possible at Tesla service centers and collision shops because we're helping the cause. So we set the appointment in San Antonio, and it worked out really well. The drop-off was smooth and easy. Tesla was able to order all of the parts needed well in advance of our arrival, so they had everything on hand before we actually got there. This really cuts down on the time it takes to complete the work. It has been good to be able to get service in many locations as we travel around, and knowing that the Tesla Mobile Service team is expanding and growing and will drive literally all day to get to you sometimes, even for little stuff. Planning ahead for our known future travels gives us even more flexibility in finding the help we need. In the case of the collision shop, Tesla doesn't have that many around the country. You can find it on their Find Us website, but we can use any shop that is able to work on Tesla, and just decided this time to try the Tesla shop for our repair and to support a company we hold shares in. If you're not aware of this website, check out tesla.com/findus to locate all types of Tesla locations, including the Supercharger network, third-party destination chargers, service centers, collision centers, and more. Lastly, I wanted to mention the new service center in Council Bluffs, Iowa, which also serves the greater Omaha metro. Currently, it is the biggest Tesla service center in the Midwest. I took some pictures and video when I was there recently to get new tires. We'd gotten around 45,000 miles on the original tires, and although we may have been able to go a bit longer, I definitely prefer to replace tires before they could have a higher failure risk. I honestly did not shop around and just let Tesla replace the tires, and based on an experience there recently we had with a flat tire, the price was good for that service, and I felt good that the pricing was in line with others for replacing our tires. This service center has some cars on display and one of each model available for test drives. They have a great waiting room. It's very comfortable to be there, and I was happy to take my car to Tesla. If this video has any value at all, whether comedic or otherwise, please continue watching our videos. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps YouTube know we're out here. Thanks for watching.